everyone. Welcome back to RTS and welcome to our first segment of 2019 of Spending Freeze Freebie. Now, what is that? It is really just a chance for us to get together and to talk about how our spending freeze is working or not working for us, okay? And believe me, what I do is not what you have to do, and what someone else is doing, don't pay attention. You do you, right? That's exactly what we're saying here. You do you, whatever. I mean, you might just be cutting back and not buying anything but albums and page protectors, or you may be cutting back and saying, I'm not spending anything, or you may be cutting back and saying, I'm only going to go to Tuesday morning once a week instead of 3 times a week. Whatever it is for you, it's all fun, and we can all learn and share with each other. Now, in the Spending Freeze Freebie, I wanted to talk about a couple things you can do if you want to focus more on your supplies rather than shopping. And then also, too, I do have something that's free that I want to share. You may already know about it, but it's just a great resource, and that's just what I want to do in our Spending Freeze Freebie, is to share something at least each month that's free you may not know about. Okay, so in this Spending Freeze Freebie, what I want to talk about and encourage you is, as we're cutting back or as we're stop shopping, and I guess I should give you an update. It is now the last day of the month in January, and I have spent zero, nothing, not zilch. Of course, it's been so cold here, my money's probably froze anyways, but honestly, I didn't spend anything, and I have no desire to spend anything. And of course, for a lot of us, we've been watching Creativation, looking at the videos, and there hasn't really been too many things that stuck out at me, because I am changing my mindset that I already have plenty, I don't need to keep buying. Of course, I will have my spending freeze videos below. There's a lot of talking, a lot of thinking that goes into a spending freeze, and I'll have those listed below. But a couple of things I wanted to share that we've been doing here, and if this is new to you, what you can look into. And one of them is, if you simply just want to cut back in a 2019 on your spending freeze, because who says you have to spend zero? Who says it has to be every month of the year? And who says you just can't say, well, I'm going to go on a $50 budget of scrapbook supplies for the month? Your spending freeze is what you want it to be. Excuse me. So my focus is to totally take my focus away from shopping and to using. That is my key word, my catchphrase for 2019 is focus. And so I wanted to give you a couple ideas if you wish to do that too. So one of them simply is to make a Scrappy Notebook, and it's just a simple place to put your ideas. Maybe create a wish list. I have that in my supplies, and I'll have the video linked below where I talked about a Scrappy Notebook, what it can be for you. And it is just simply a notebook, a place to put your ideas, and then also to that wish list. That is something that I'm doing for my spending freeze, and I have it I have it listed here in the back, and I just have a couple things that have caught my eye through Creativation and pre-orders that I see, and of course Cardabella. Oh, that company, I love Cardabella. So they have a couple collections that I have my eye on, but will I buy them in 2019? No. This wish list will be for the entire year, and I will not be buying them until 2020 if I wish to. And if they're not available, so be, wasn't to be. Okay? I'm not going to stress over it. I have plenty of Cardabella. However, if they contact me and Stephen Duncan wants to send me some, yes, I will take it. But, that's not going to happen. But anyways, so a Scrappy Notebook is something that you can do to take your focus from shopping to start planning. How's that? Okay. And then within that Scrappy Notebook, there was a series that we started, and it was called Scrap Spin, and I'll have that video linked below. And so in a nutshell, you are taking the supplies you already own and taking the focus from keep buying new things and looking at what you already bought and using that this year. Okay, so I have those videos linked below. We've been playing with that. And then the last thing is that if you just want to simply cut back and do it in a creative way. We've been doing Kit Crunch here, and so that is where I gave myself a $3 limit. That was from a gift card from Tracy and Cynthia, and then I pull something out of the box and I build a whole kit around a $3 inspiration piece. That's just fun. The February one will be coming up in just a few days, so keep your eye out for that, and I will have that playlist linked below too. That is seriously a way that you find the balance. You can still get some new things, and you're just spending a few amount of money, a few dollars, and then you're pairing it with what you already own and making a big kit or a little kit or a medium kit, however you want to do it. That's always fun to do. Okay, so then something else you can do is that you can go through and, you know, organize what you already have, but then take it to the next level and what I call deep organizing. And that is something I did the other day, is that I was putting something away with some Jelly Bean stickers. And so when I put them away, instead of just having a big clump of my Jelly Bean stickers, even though they were all together by Jelly Bean, okay, I thought, you know what, why not sit down here and just maybe put them together. If I had duplicates, put them together. If I had collections, put them together. And it was just, you know, a 10-minute project, but it was fun to sit and do some deep organizing and some deep looking at what I already had. I mean, plenty, 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 plenty. And I just keep on saying plenty. And that just helps me reiterate through the month, I don't need to be buying anything. I have plenty. Yeah. So again, taking that focus off the shopping and looking what you already have. And also, I wanted to list in the spending freeze freebie, if there's something that you're struggling with when it comes to your spending freeze, whether it's staying out of the stores, or you need to find a replacement, or you want to just learn maybe how to stop shopping for something, please list what that is below, because one of us will have an idea and we can talk about that in future spending freeze freebies. So whatever your struggle is or whatever your success is, please list that below. Now, recently I did a start to finish video and I was doing some stamping, and one of my lovely subscribers, Denise, she had said perhaps in the future when your wish list is, or when your spending freeze is over, or on your wish list now, maybe excuse me, consider not using baby wipes to clean your stamps. How about looking at something called the absorber, or Lawn Fawn came out with some kind of cleaning chamois. And I remember when that came out, and it did make my wish list for about a moment, and then I forgot about it. And then I thought about getting something of this absorber type material, and then I forgot about that. So Denise had reminded me that, and so I was glad, because I thought, oh, you know, I could get my husband that for the garage and take a piece of it. He wouldn't care, and that's really a household expense, and yada yada. And then I thought, wait a minute, if I didn't buy it at the time that it came out, then maybe I don't even need it. And then I got to thinking, well, what do I already have that could be a replacement? And that is something I wanted to say. If you want to find something that is a replacement, you have to take the focus off one thing and put it on another. And for me, it's finding the replacement or looking at what I already have. And so, would you believe, Denise gave me the inspiration to look at what I already have, and I already have something of this. It's a streakless micro, what do they call it? Microfiber cloth. And I have multiples of this. It's something I found at a flea market in South Carolina many years ago, and I have many of these. And I thought, if this is good for my windows and good for my mirrors, then this is probably good for my stamps. So thank you, Denise. I now have a replacement, and I didn't have to spend a single penny. Love that. Love that. I don't even know if this company's still in business, but it was just one of those things I wanted to mention, that if you need to find a replacement, sometimes that replacement is something you already have, you forgot about it, and it doesn't cost you a penny. So thank you, Denise. I appreciate, I really appreciate you saying that, because I had to stop for a minute and think, if I don't have it by now, do I really need it? Or if I do want it and do need it, how can I buy it with, you know, or how can I get it without spending any money? And sometimes it means just looking at what you already have. And sometimes we forget what we already have. Like this, if you would have said, I don't even know how many's here, say there's 20, 25. If you would have said, oh, you have 25 6x12 Jelly Bean sheets, I'd say, no, I don't. I have about 12. Yeah, there's the reality of it. So again, organize, deep organize, look at your supplies, and then get some ideas from other people. So Denise helped me with that. And so if there's something you want to find a replacement for and you don't want to spend any money, list below, because I can guarantee you there is a scrapbooker out there that will be able to help you with that. Now, since this is a spending freeze freebie, I want to share a freebie. And what would that be? It is the perfect place to go for the perfect title. And what is it called? It is a website absolutely called, if I have it here, it is called The Perfect Title, and I will have the link below. And if you look here, you can go to the website, and they have a newsletter you can sign up for. But that's something I'm trying to pare down, is so many emails. So I have never signed up for their email or their newsletter. But what you have here on the left is they call it Scrapbook Titles, Quotes, and Sayings. And so look at this pink over here, this header over here. Look how long that goes. I mean, there is a lot of categories that you can go if you need to find the perfect title, or just a good title, or just any title. Yes. Now, in the Disney category, I want to show you something because there's a bonus. If you go to Disney, because you know that's where I head. I love looking at what people have for Disney. So they have all these title ideas, and then if you scroll on down, they have a listing of Disney quotes. You know, I'm a quote girl, so I love that. So quotes are good for subtitles on your pages or for journaling on a page when you just simply don't have an idea. And I talked about that in yesterday's video, so hop over and see that. That was a layout lunch date. And then up at the top here, it does have 2 subcategories. You can either hit titles or quotes. Now, not every category they have listed here on the left has titles and quotes, but Disney is one of them that has both. And so let's go to, well, what do we want to pick? I was saying weather because, you know, it's so cold here. Let's pick weather and see what it says. Okay. So weather, they have all of these titles. And then up here, it looks like they have it in subcategories too. So that's fun. Look at all that. Just look at all that. Now let's go to fall. You know, that's what we, oh yes, look at that. All of those titles just for fall. I mean, it just keeps on going and keeps on going and keeps on going. And oh my goodness, it keeps on going. So I want to definitely tell you to take this website, The Perfect Title, bookmark it on your iPad, your phone, your desktop, wherever you sit and scrap, and whatever's nearby, or just keep it someplace, and also maybe list it in your notebook as a resource to go to. Doesn't cost you anything. Yes. And so it's just absolutely a great resource for scrapbookers. And also, too, if you're a card maker, you can get some sentiment ideas as well, or some title, what do I want to say? Just some card ideas in this too. It's not just for scrapbooking, okay? So I wanted to include that in our Spending Freeze freebie. If you need a place for the perfect title, then go to a place called theperfecttitle.com. And so that's what I want to do in our Spending Freeze freebie videos, and they will happen at the last, probably the last day of the month or something like that, so we can check in and say how much we have spent. And guess what I've spent? Zero, zip, zilch, nothing, and I haven't had a desire to. So, but January is kind of easy for me not to spend anything because it's too cold. I don't want to go anywhere, okay? So I haven't spent anything, but you can absolutely list below what you have spent or what you have not spent, or full disclosure, you fell off the wagon, or you're on the wagon, or you're underneath the wagon. That's okay. We're all in this together, okay? So if you need some help, some assistance, you need a hand, we're here to give it to you, okay? And if you didn't do what you wanted to do this month for Spending Freeze or cutting back, that's okay, because tomorrow, guess what, is February. You get to start all over again. Yes, there are no rules in scrapbooking. We just want to have fun. Yes, so don't beat yourself up about it, because that means you'll just have those supplies to play with later on in the year. Yes, okay. You know I'm going to give you some help with that, so don't just take your focus off of shopping, and it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Just remember that. There is nothing perfect, okay? So come back next month at this time, at the end of February, and we'll have another Spending Freeze freebie, a check-in, a check-up, and if we need to be resuscitated, whatever we may need, we'll do it together. Okay, so that's all I have for today. Everything I talked about will be in the links below. Just hit that show more button, and we will absolutely have everything listed, and you'll see all those links. Okay, you just click on them and you go right to what I was talking about. And then also too, I will link below, I have 3 Spending Freeze videos in 2018. They're long videos, but if you need a little bit of encouragement, if you need some thought processes to maybe why you are shopping, why maybe you need to cut back from shopping, why as scrapbookers and crafters we keep shopping, those videos may be of some help to you, and I will have those linked below. Okay, so thanks for stopping by our January's Spending Freeze freebie segment, and come back to RTS, because you never know what we're gonna do. Bye.